Welcome to Controversial Conversation Mondays, a new thing that I'm doing on this channel where we talk about conversational topics on a Monday, and I think that it could really catch on. Basically, I scroll Facebook and I look for things on Facebook that could be controversial. I look in the comments and I give my comments that nobody asked for. So let's start with this first one that I sent myself on this iPad. Yes, verify I'm leaving Messenger. And it loads forever. Not now, no thank you. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. That was something I sent myself for funsies. This first episode, so you know there's a little grace period here. We're getting stuff. Ooh. Okay, so this first one is of this girl. She does a lot of things like this. It says a full-time job should cover rent, food, and health care. If working 40 hours a week isn't enough to live, the system is the one failing and not you. Let's see what kind of comments we got on here. It will. You can survive on minimum wage, just not in a house that you want or with everything nice that you want. But it will do until you find a better job. In the U.S., minimum wage is $7.25 in most states, and like, I live in a trailer, and the rent is over $1,000. It's like It's like $1,400 for a trailer. $7.25 an hour for 40 hours a week is not gonna cover that. Plus food, rent, utilities, gas to get back and forth from work, clothes that you'll probably need once a year, new shoes that you'll probably need once every 4 years, glasses that you'll probably need once every 5 years, feminine hygiene products, and all of that. You're probably not even gonna be able to do rent on $7.25 an hour, much less all of that other stuff. So no, the system is broken. People act like it's not. Especially, I notice a lot of older people, because when they were young, they could work at McDonald's and save up enough to buy a house, back when houses were only $50,000, $60,000. And now they're not. Yeah, some other comments say the older generation really does not get it, like I just said, and one person said it all depends on what your job is. Agreed. Yeah, if you have a good job and you're able to get paid good money, then yeah, you can live with just one job. But most people aren't able to do that right now because checks and pay stubs, the amount that you're getting paid has only gone up like 25%, while housing and food has gone up way more. It's ridiculous. I guess we're just gonna pretend like a little over 100 years ago everyone wasn't working 18 hours a day. Yeah, people were working a lot 100 years ago. That's kind of the point of generations. It gets better for each generation. That's the whole isn't that like the point? Like, you do better for yourself so you can do better for your kids and do better for the next generation, so that things are better for them. That's the point. Let's see what people say here. Without all the goodies we require today, what point did anyone even mention in billionaires? You need a psych ward friend? Wow, sounds a lot. Okay, we're gonna move on, actually. Studies say husbands stress women twice as much as the children do. And we're gonna see what the comments on this one is. And stress comes from when you don't find security in your husband, and having to worry about taking care of your children alone and handle husband duties is a terrible thing to do to your wife. Yes, we are in a stage where men act like princesses, but at the same time, they don't want to be called that because it hurts their masculinity. Men a lot of times expect women to pay half the bills and still do the things that women traditionally do, cook, clean, and do the majority of it while still contributing half to the bills. If I'm going to contribute half to the bills, then you're going to contribute half to the cleaning. I'm either doing all the cleaning, and if I do all the cleaning, it's going to get done, but it's not going to be a very good job. Or I'm bringing in the dough. Or we do it half and half exactly, instead of me doing half rent and me doing large majority of chores and childcare, which is how it is for most women right now. One woman said that first they are our sons before our husbands. Depends on the husband. Yeah, I can't agree with that. Some are good. Some are like, they're okay with that 50-50 split exactly. And some are like, I'll be the provider, you be the caregiver. And some, even nowadays, are like, you be the provider and I'll be the caregiver. Which I respect wildly. Welcome to another episode of This Is Why I Stay Single. A lot of women saying that their kids don't stress them out nearly as much as their husbands do. Yeah. Oh, look, someone said that part out loud. Me waiting my husband to at least acknowledge the same. And it's GIF, what do you say? GIF. It's a GIF of a skeleton doing a little dance. They call it nagging because they don't listen the first time something was said and just ignore it. Children and men, the same potato. Yes. Okay. Let's get this next one. Okay, this next one is, you're not lazy. The system is broken. Nobody should need 3 jobs to stay afloat. Let's see what the comment says. Anyone who says it's just impossible is making excuses. I got a job as a warehouse making $45K a year right out of high school. Did a little DoorDash on the side, and now I own 3 cars and a 35-foot hamper where I live with my cat, rabbit, and best friend at the age of 19. Now I have my dream job as a security guard. I find that extremely hard to believe. You own 3 houses and a house, and you worked just out of high school, which means you probably had about 2 years. And if you got that 45 a year job, 45K a year, so you made like 90K in 2 years, which is not enough for a house and 3 cars. So something's not adding up. Unless you mean you're renting the house and the cars. The system isn't broken, it's working just as it intended to. No. I mean, yes, it is working as it's intended to suck the life out of the poor. I live off 1, this statement is irrelevant, choose the right job. It's not that simple. It's not as simple as choosing the right job. There are hundreds of different jobs, hundreds of different fields. Some people aren't cut out for certain fields. Some people don't have some people are cut out, but they don't have the education required to get into that field. Or the money to be able to pay for an education to get into that field. It's not as simple as picking the right job. It's just not that simple. Yeah, a couple people saying the system isn't broken, it's working exactly as it was intended to when it shouldn't be. I only need 1 because I realize that skilled workers make more. Yeah, in certain fields, skilled workers make more, but in other certain fields, skilled workers are given more work for the same amount of pay because their higher ups realize that they can get it done faster than the other guy. No one needs 3 jobs, you need 1 career. Well, it's hard to get a career. You get a job first, and then it takes a decade, maybe more, to build a career. We're gonna move on. That one's getting to me a little bit. So we're gonna move on. This one is an AI generated image, so I'm not gonna show it. But it is of woman bringing her, looks like 2 children to their grandmother, saying, "I'll be right back, Ma, please." And the grandma is saying, "You dropping them off or moving them in?" And let's see what the comments are like on this. Her new boyfriend don't like them kids, and she's gonna act like she's single. All she think about is corn emoji, pointing finger emoji, laughing, crying emoji. So take those emojis as you will. It says majority of the women now do this. Get online talking about how they are at home cooking and cleaning. No, don't think so. I have a mom, right? She's awesome. I love my mom. She doesn't do this. And then I have 2 friends who are my age who have young children. And they don't do this either. So, where are you getting this information from? I agree. Your mom already raised you. It is your responsibility to care for your children. Grandparents are supposed to call you and ask you to bring your kids, not you abuse their energy for caring for kids. Okay. It seems like they're trying to put it all on the mother. A mother deserves breaks. And grandparents want to see their children most of the time. Hey, Mom, can you babysit for a couple hours while I take a bath by myself and poop in peace without my kids coming and asking me 42 questions? Sure, honey, come on, bring those kids over. I'll make them a pie and we'll watch Bluey or something. It's not that deep. So this is some woman, Eddie R. Kelly. So that name out there for you. I told mine, so I'm guessing she means she told her daughter, that you raised them just like we raised you. Oh, so it might be a dad. So yeah, he was like, I'm not helping you at all. You're a grown adult, so you don't get any help from me, your parent. You don't get any help from me. That's why the children who become adults love grandma so much more, sometimes more than the biological mom. I'm not gonna lie, it does happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm saying that people make it out like it happens way more than it actually does. My dad lived with his grandma for like, I think it was like 2-3 years, and he raised her, or she raised him for a while. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying people are acting like it's at least half of the moms when it's not. And let's not act like the father doesn't play a part in this. Whether they play no part, if you get what I mean, or they play a part. Let's see. I only take my children to my parents' house if I have to go somewhere that I can't take them. That's fair. Most kids I know lived with their grandparents, if not their grandparents, just grandma, while the moms did nothing but sleep all day and partied all night. The grandparents raised their kids, then their grandkids' kids. This is crazy. It happens. Then the moms got boyfriends. Sometimes the boyfriends moved in, and the mom moved in with her boyfriend and left the kids to be raised with the grandparents. If that happens, then your mother is a shit person. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it doesn't happen as much as these people are making it out to act like it happens. We're going to move on. Okay. So this one is a little bit of a different topic. It says, it's one of those like Tom and Jerry things. It says literally any part of the Bible that tells women what to do. Christian women. And then I think it's Tom, he's like all red-faced, looking at this red book. Let's see what the comments are like. There is a reason the Bible commands women to do respectful things to their husband. It is because it is the one thing their flesh opposes the most. This is the same reason men are commanded to love their wives as Christ loves the church. So what, you're saying the one thing that repels men's flesh the most is loving their wives? That's concerning. That is highly concerning. Which, quick tangent here, sorry, but my biggest pet peeve is to see complicit Christian men asking what they get in return, their brothers and sisters in Christ. Yeah. God doesn't tell you simply to obey men. He tells you to listen and allow the man to choose, to lead you both towards a loving and prosperous, from which you both will flourish. Sorry, just trying to count how many times women have caused wars. Oh, wait, I don't have fingers for that. How many times men have caused wars? I don't have enough fingers for it. We don't know what women quite yet would be like in a society where they are let to be in charge, because we're just now getting there. We're just now getting to a society where women are in Congress, are in charge, are managers, are bosses and CEOs. We're just now getting there within these past 50 years, even less, really, where women are allowed to be in roles of positions of power. So we don't quite know what it's like yet, but we do know what it's like with men. Men have caused wars, racism, and tons of other things. Now, I'm not saying that it's all on the men. I'm saying majority of it is. Not necessarily the men of today, but I'm saying that men have been the problem for a lot of history. There was a knock on the door, so I needed to go real quick. We're going to try to make this video crisp in 20 minutes. So we'll probably get like 2 or 3 more in. Let's see. God said that women who lie about being virgins during the marriage process are stoned to death. The evidence is if they bleed out the first time, which we know only happens about half the time. So God punished many innocent women to be stoned to death. How do you support that as a woman? Yeah. Here's my take. I was raised in a Christian household. And I believe that there is a God. I don't know if it is the Christian God, but I know that there's something up there that's more powerful than us. The world is too perfectly created in just the right semblance for there not to be something up there that's pulling strings. Something, someone, whatever. I believe that it is a gracious God. There is a God that doesn't get involved in human stuff and lets us do our own thing. Or it's a jerk of a God who likes watching its people, its creations cry. One or the other. And I choose to believe that it is one who is just letting us do our own thing, and that's why he or she, it, they, whatever, doesn't get involved in human affairs. And, you know, people who are like, but the Bible is over 2,000 years old and has been rewritten in dozens of different languages, dozens of times. Nobody knows what the original text said. Nobody does. Let's see what else we got.
I kind of want to go to the marble.
Alright, this next one is also an AI image, so I'm not going to show it, but it is another one of the mom giving her 2 kids away to her their grandmother. She says, I just need a few hours, and the grandma says, you had them, now you raise them. Let's see what our comments are like. This will probably be the last one for today. I guess that it takes a village is out the window once their own kids and are grown, and now that village says it's your responsibility alone. Yeah, people always talk about how they need a village, and then they don't want to be a part of somebody else's village. You had them, you raised them, you should have considered your freedom before having children. Work the shift you punched the clock for. It is not the grandparents' job to watch your kids, whether they are available or unavailable, respectfully. That is not respectfully. You are being a dick. It should not be all on the mother. Especially a new mother who doesn't know what she's doing. A woman should get to have a chance to have a couple hours. Even a whole day. Go stay the night with your grandparents. Watch Bluey. Watch Dora the Explorer. Make a pie. Color. Hang out with grandma for a while. What? Are you saying you don't want to hang out with your grandkids? Is that what's happening here? The burden shouldn't be on her all either. Where's the father? Yeah. For a page dedicated to Wait, what? Hold on. The Family Circle. This channel that said this is called The Family Circle Show. And it's a channel about empowering women. And it's showing this crud. I was about to say something else. I think that's where we're gonna end it for today. This has been Controversial Conversation Monday, where I read controversial things from Facebook and tell you my opinions that nobody asked for. And I will maybe see you next Monday. Bye-bye, starlings.